You mentioned, in your original commentary, you mentioned a little bit about Senator Tillis, and obviously he's announced his retirement, and a lot of this happened over the big beautiful bill. I don't, I have an article in the Carolina Journal for my audience that, it was published last week. I would love for you to go back and read it. And I talk a little bit about I don't think Tillis necessarily agreed with the pro-growth policies of the big beautiful bill. I think he really disagreed with the process. And I think he, along with a lot of other people, have just grown weary of the bullying that's happening in Washington, D.C. right now. I know that I've certainly grown weary of it. And I tell you, Joe, my head is scratching most days when I look at what congressional Republicans are allowing to happen, whether they agree with the policies or not. They've completely abdicated their authority. I believe that in this upcoming race with Roy Cooper for the U.S. Senate, I just got a feeling it's going to blow back on him. I really do. And people that follow me on Facebook and online, you know that I'm a registered Republican, but I've already said very clearly I'm supporting Roy Cooper. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I think congressional Republicans need to have a timeout here because they've just not responded to this administration with any sense of accountability. So I know the Daily Mail came out with a story, Joe, recently about Roy Cooper and something to do with his wife. I I don't care if they tell me that Roy Cooper came from the planet Krypton and he is smuggling, interplanetary weapons of mass destruction to Earth. I am voting for Roy Cooper simply because the Republicans have completely overplayed their hand. And I see even here at the state level, this leads into my question, even at the state level, I feel like we've gotten away from some of those just core pro-growth policies that Republicans were known for about a decade or so when they took control of the legislature. We've moved away from that. And Senator Tillis was someone that was a champion of a lot of that when he was Speaker of the House. Now, for the last several years coming out of COVID, North Carolina's been voted one of the top states to do business in. I mean, do we run any risks, Joe, from breaking away from those pro-growth policies that gave Republicans the legislature? For all of a sudden, you see this kind of attempt to align itself with what they see happening in Washington.